Once sharing the same platform, the Mazda 6 and Ford Fusion have gone their separate ways, and they are now completely unique vehicles.
And yet both automakers have given their midsize sedans the same qualities, namely excellent styling, great fuel economy, and even that fun-to-drive factor.
Now, which one of these two vehicles is better looking, we'll leave up to you. But which one's the better vehicle overall, we'll leave that up to us.
The Ford Fusion is available with three engine options: a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine, a 1.6-liter EcoBoost engine, and a 2-liter EcoBoost engine. The engine we have is the 1.6-liter, which is turbocharged to 178 horsepower and 184 pounds-feet of torque. Our vehicle is paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. EPA ratings for this engine is 23 miles per gallon in the city, 36 miles per gallon on the highway, and 28 miles per gallon combined. Finally, pricing for the Fusion starts at $21,900, but getting it equipped like our tester here, which is the SE model with the luxury and driver assist package, brings the price up to $29,105.
Until the turbocharged diesel arrives later this year, all Mazda 6 models are powered by a 2.5-liter Skyactiv 4-cylinder engine that produces 184 horsepower and 185 pound-feet of torque. If you want a 6-speed manual in your Mazda 6, you'll have to order the base Sport trim, as the Touring and Grand Touring models come equipped with a 6-speed automatic only. The automatic, as found in this Touring model, is officially rated at 26 miles per gallon in the city and 38 miles per gallon on the highway. The Mazda 6 Touring begins at a price of $25,290 after destination fees, and our test vehicle ballooned up to $27,985.
Gone is the era of boring mid-size sedans, and Ford's leading the charge with the Fusion, which has an inspiring design. The first thing you'll notice is the big Aston Martin-like grille, which gives this family car a menacing grimace and some serious presence on the road for a family car. There's a nice set of fog lights up front, a chrome-tipped exhaust exit out back, and slick turn signal indicators on the side view mirrors.
The 6 is the latest Mazda to wear the company's new Kodo design language, and like the CX-5, looks great. Missing from the 6 is the smiley face grin found on other Mazdas. Instead, there's an aggressive new grille and these sweeping body lines that begin at the headlights, flow over the front wheels, and end at the doors. The car looks just as good from behind thanks to dual chrome exhaust tips and smoke taillights.
As gorgeous as the Fusion is on the outside, it doesn't help it much when it comes to the interior. If it wasn't for My Ford Touch and these two gorgeous LCD screens, we'd have a pretty boring cabin. And I still have some gripes when it comes to My Ford Touch. These buttons below the touchscreen are a little finicky, requiring extra attention when you start driving. And the main touchscreen is a little slow, but it is pretty intuitive. Each corner of the screen is dedicated to a specific function of the infotainment system, like the climate control, the audio controls, your phone, and navigation. Overall, you'll find the Fusion much more spacious. It has more headroom in the front and the rear than the Mazda.
The Mazda 6 interior has been winning awards, and for good reason. It doesn't have the flashy dual screens of the Fusion or the customizable gauge cluster, but all the materials are covered in great soft touch material, and where there isn't the soft touch material, there's nice piano black trim that's been used in a restrained way. Now, the interior is a conservative design, but it still looks very elegant and surpasses those in, say, the Sonata or the Altima. Unlike the Fusion, the Mazda 6 has one of the easiest infotainment and HVAC systems to use. For temperature controls, there's actual knobs, and the infotainment unit can be used any way you want. It's touchscreen, there's buttons beside the touchscreen, there's buttons on the steering wheel, or there's even a knob and button combo down here that mimics BMW's iDrive or Mercedes Command System. In the back, it's a little tight. Anyone over 6 feet tall will find headrooms a little lacking, and getting in and out of the car requires a lot of ducking due to the sloping roof. The Fusion is marginally better, but vehicles like the Accord and Camry are much better.
First impressions in the Fusion are pretty strong. The little turbocharged engine provides a lot of torque, and in slow-moving traffic, it's not too loud in here. But when you really push it, Noise and vibration overtake the cabin completely, and it doesn't accelerate as fast as I was hoping. Maybe the better engine for me would be the 2-liter EcoBoost. The Fusion is also available with a ton of driver aids. This model in particular has a blind spot assist and a lane keep assist. The steering in the Fusion is also really light. It doesn't really provide a lot of feedback, but it really does a lot to make the car feel a lot lighter than it is. And that's really helpful in a city situation or tight handling situations. The handling in the Fusion is excellent. It's a good blend of sportiness and comfort. It doesn't get too stiff, but it also provides the right amount of feedback. Now, this Fusion doesn't have paddle shifters like the Mazda 6, and if you wanted them, you'd have to opt up for a higher package. If you want to change gears yourself, you can only do it while in sport mode. Otherwise, if you leave it alone, it'll hold on to gears a little bit longer, giving you that sporty feeling anyways. Essentially, the Fusion is available with all the high-end tech that you'd find on a luxury car, and it works just as well.
Despite having a larger engine, the Mazda 6 is actually rated by the EPA to be more fuel efficient than the Ford Fusion. This is done thanks to Sky Active technology, which reduces vehicle weight and reduces friction of the mechanical components. Does it work? In a word, yes. After a week of hard driving, the Mazda 6 returned an average of 29.4 miles per gallon. That's over 5 miles per gallon better than the Ford Fusion returned. The lighter weight of the 6 is felt on the road. It's quicker to turn in corners, feels more tossable, and just altogether more composed. Now, usually this means a vehicle will have a rougher suspension and just feel less refined, but that's not the case, as somehow the 6 still feels like a more well put together vehicle than the Fusion. The engine in the Mazda 6 is merely adequate, but what non-turbocharged 4-cylinder engine in a family sedan doesn't feel this way? Thankfully, the transmission does the most of what power there is. It provides very smooth shifts, and in regular driving makes the most of the economic Sky Active technology. However, when you want to do more aggressive driving, the transmission quickly snaps into quick downshifts and lightning fast upshifts.
Yes, these two vehicles are stylish and high-tech, but the Fusion's higher price tag and worse fuel economy puts it behind the Mazda. Not only that, but we found the Fusion to be less refined to drive than the 6, which was the ultimate winner in this comparison.
Those who are looking to buy a Honda Accord, Toyota Camry, or the Ford Fusion need to take a look at the Mazda 6. It's gone from an also-ran in the segment to top of the class. We feel it's going to be a huge hit for Mazda this year.